Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining Friday. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please share the video as you join. Share the broadcast as you join. You share the broadcast. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please share the broadcast as you join. As you join the broadcast, you share on your own platform. Share to family and friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining. Please share the video on your platform as you join. Share to family and friends. Share to well-wishers. Let us send the message out there. Like the video and share as you are joining. Like the video and share as you're joining. Your like and share. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining me from. I appreciate you. I'm not going to take much time. I just have to go through to the message right away. It's important that we continue to encourage each other, no matter the obstruction, no matter the distraction. We have to continue to be focused and do what we got to do. We have to continue doing what we're going to do. As we are waiting for the coming of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So we're going to be doing what we are doing, stay standing firm, be consistent in our request. There is nothing we are asking for than the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So let's start our broadcast right away. Others can join us later. Share as you're joining.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwukika Abiyama onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro, iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Thank you so much for connecting. Wherever you are joining me from, I appreciate everybody have connected on this very broadcast. Thank you so much for connecting. Please, as you join, you click the like button. You like the video so that others can get notification. We know there is always attack on our program. Each time we want to make a program, there will be a lot of hindrances, a lot of attacks, trying to hinder people from getting the notification. People don't get notifications, they're not notified. But that will not stop us. Whatever they are doing it to discourage us and make us be weakened. But we cannot be discouraged. As for me, I will continue to preach my message. Each time I have a message, I have to come online and preach it. It doesn't matter how many people are watching. I will send out my message out there. As time goes on, people can join and watch later. I appreciate everybody who have joined this very broadcast, and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. We have a responsibility, and we must carry our responsibility. That responsibility is something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have left for us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been pushing on for the freedom of Biafra. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not around with us, and we must have to continue on that foundation that he has led. As you all know, today was sit at home, and Biafrans, so many Biafrans, we are participating in the sit at home. Biafrans sat at home to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Against all the attack, all the blackmail they are bringing, we are not really, we cannot be able to, we can't stop saying what we are saying. We will continue to stand our ground to demand for our freedom, and the freedom we must get. It doesn't matter how they try to stop us. It doesn't matter the kind of blackmail they bring. We will continue until Biafra is restored. Tomorrow, as you all know, Biafra is going to court tomorrow. Every one of us will be going to court tomorrow. You are going to be taken to court tomorrow. If you are a Biafran, you are going to court tomorrow. So when you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to, it's not just Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to court. Every single one of us will appear in court tomorrow. And it's tomorrow we are going to get our victory by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. We know that the enemy is fighting very, very hard. The enemy is fighting in so many fronts to see that we are not able to succeed. The enemy is pursuing everything they can, doing everything possible to see that they make us withdraw from what we are saying, to make us demoralize us and make sure that we don't push the message. But no matter how they try, we will continue to send out the message out there. We will continue to stand our ground to demand for our self-determination and nothing else. Nothing else. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing in the court tomorrow to represent Biafra. On your behalf, on my behalf, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be in court. How prepared are you? What support are you giving to him? What support are you giving to him? Are you one of those who is saying that it is too much to sit at home? Are you one of those who is saying that it is too much to pray? Are you one of those who is saying that it is too much to do one or two things for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? If you're one of those, you better wake up. There is no time anymore. There's no time. Stop listening to blackmail. Stop listening to gossipers. Stop listening to those who doesn't have anything to offer. Be focused. Be consistent. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us a charge, and we must hold that charge. There is no going back. No matter the blackmail, no matter the obstruction, no matter the distraction. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. It is our battle, and we will fight the battle to the last. Tomorrow is going to be another remarkable day. And remember, I always say that any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appears in court, there is always a new message for you and I. Any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appears in court, all you have to do is to pay attention. He's going to send a message. Every day you see him in court, since they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, any day he appears in court, if you're one of those who can see clearly, watch him closely anytime he appears. Watch him very, very close and look closely to him. You will see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is passing a message. He's always passing a message. He's always telling us one thing or the other. He's always telling us what to do. He's always directing us and giving us a direction. Even though so many people are not listening, many people are not watching, many people are still being distracted. But I must tell you that no matter the distraction they bring, we will continue to stand firm and stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until the last man standing. We can never give up. We can never give up. No matter the blackmail they bring, even the blackmail of the election they're bringing today, Some of you who feel as if you don't know what is happening is because you are not following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because you're not paying attention, that is why you are confused. You are not paying attention, that is why you are considering PVC and considering election. If you're paying attention, you're full of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with their election. He has given them so many chances. He has given them so many chances and they failed. And he's not ready to play that game with them anymore. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is demanding for self-determination. The freedom of people, and self-determination is not a crime. Asking for self-determination through a referendum is not a crime. But that is why they're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he's asking for the freedom of his people through a referendum, which he made clear to everybody. When he was saying it, he didn't miss one. He made it very clear. They brought all their blackmail, all their lies as politicians. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never buy into their lies because he knows them very well, better than they know themselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows these politicians better than they know themselves. That is why he can never move. They can't move him. No matter how they try to move him, they can never move him. And to remind you about the stand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about all these politicians, because some of you who claim to be confused, who is still confused, I'm going to play a voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one of his videos. I'm going to play it for you to know the stand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while he was with us, so that you don't get distracted. So you stop thinking what you are thinking. You stop considering either going to vote or thinking that any politician is going to do anything good for you. If you're one of those who is thinking that a politician somehow is going to change your life, I want you to listen to this very video I'm about to play, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. That is why I say you should try as much as possible to listen to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every answer to the questions you are asking today, he has already left the answer behind. Every question you and I are asking, the answers are already there. The problem is that some of us are so lazy, we don't have time, we are so busy. We don't have time to listen to those messages. I'm going to play this message for you. Listen carefully to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to say about these politicians.
The same way they used Okadibo to rubbish Zeke. I remember Okadibo in MPN calling Zeke a mosquito, or the rant of a mosquito, or whatever. The same people killed Chuba Okadibo. A very brilliant mind, once again. More recently, they now use the same criminals, now clamoring for Igbo presidency. You see them not, Igbo presidency, Igbo presidency. You think they have something upstairs. They have nothing upstairs. All of them. Omahi wants Igbo. Omahi, yes. You want Igbo presidency? Oh, Ojo Carlo, you want Igbo presidency? Oh, maybe even Nwobodo, you want Igbo presidency? Yes. Now let me ask you a question. When Ekwueme came out to contest in 1999 Igbo presidency, what did he do in Jos, Ojo Carlo? You betrayed Ekwueme. You voted for Obasanjo. Jos PDP convention in 1999. So that time, Igbo presidency wasn't good, or wasn't good enough. It's now that you want it, yes? And now let us go to Dave Umahi. Your own brother Peter Obi, who contested with Atiku under your own political party. You were in PDP, but you delivered Ebonyi State to APC against your own brother. Now you want to contest because you felt that should Peter Obi go and succeed and become VP to Atiku, after 8 years or thereabout, or after 4 years, Peter Obi will naturally succeed and become the president of the zoo, thereby spoiling your own chances. What did you do? What did you do, I ask? You campaigned against your own brother, against your own fellow Igbo brother. Now you're talking about Igbo presidency. I just want to prove to the world that these people are just criminals, a gang of thieves, all of them. Ojo Zakalo, after campaigning against Ekwueme, all of them, do you know that the entire PDP caucus from the East never voted for Ekwueme? So they were asking themselves, how come your own brothers don't want to vote for you? Ojo Zakalo was there. Some people are championing, he should be the president. But Ekwueme served Shagari very well. Never stole a dime. In fact, bankrolled MPN. He was a multimillionaire and is very successful architect in the USA before he came back. Very wealthy man. Ekwueme. Ojo Zakalo, did you vote for Ekwueme in 1999? Now that you're campaigning for Igbo presidency, was Ekwueme running for Igbo presidency? Dave Umahi, Igbo presidency is our turn. When your brother Peter Obi was campaigning, did you campaign for him? Did you vote for him? Despite the fact that he is your brother in the same political party That is why all this your nonsensical Igbo presidency is dead on arrival. When we were doing Biafra, did you support anybody? Instead, you call the army to come and kill us. And now you want us, you want to go to Abuja. You send their force now, they'll bring their, they'll bomb everybody to death. They are Igbo presidency, useless set of idiots, traitors and betrayers. Jim Wobodo, in 1999 in Jos, you were speaking Hausa against your own brother, Kweme. You are speaking Hausa. In Jos in 1999, you campaigned against your brother. Now you are talking about Igbo presidency. Oh, dear me. Igbo presidency, there, useless people. There is something I want to tell all of you. We hope, pray, and know that Biafra will come, or the zoo will be destroyed before 2023. Of course, everybody knows that. It's given. COVID-19 saved them last year. It won't save them again. This year, the vaccine is out. Instead of an Igbo man to be the president, or Yoruba for that matter, let Fulani continue. It is called Mirina Mohuana Manna Yupu. Since you people prefer to be slaves, because if we allow any of you idiots to enter into Asarok, after about 4 or 5 years or 6, Fulani will take it back for eternity. You would have benefited from your own wickedness and evil. So you know what is going to happen? If Fulani are smart enough, they should continue. Everyone saw what happened all over the world. Rigging of election these days is just is given. It is no longer a big deal. As long as you're proclaimed the winner, that's it. If Fulani are very smart, they will continue in office. They will continue in the zoo, in their zoo. Of course, we are leaving. We're not going to stay there. That is why you don't want to support Biafra. Because of presidency. So you and your friends can now be eating money. You buy your own houses in Dubai. You want to be like Hatiku. You want to be like, your wife want to be like, what's her name? Aisha. Flying private jet to Dubai for shopping. Meanwhile, we are dying. We want people to understand this. DSS especially, no matter how many groups, fake groups you create, because every day you create a fake group. Igbo, Ohaneze, Igbo in the diaspora, including men and women and children. This
you had our spring, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you had it. For some of you who've claimed they are confused, you claim you don't know what to do. That's why I tell you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have answered every question that you are asking today. This video that I played is just a clear answer to whatever you are seeing today. When you are talking about election, their PVC, their Igbo presidency, this is a clear answer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given a straight answer, and he has never changed on that very word. That there will never be anything that call Igbo presidency or whatever, any politician or whatever, we cannot be part of them because they are betrayers. They are betrayers. And if they succeed in going to Asarok, that they will kill us the more. They will be the ones to kill us more than any other person. That is more reason why we must never allow them to smell anywhere near Asarok. You had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very clear. That we are not part of any election. We can't be part of it. We will never be part of it. He made it clear to them. They are dreamers. That they should keep dreaming. But today, you still see some people who claim to be followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu changing 360 degrees and begin to do a different thing. Begin to build hope where there is no hope. You are building a hope where there is no hope. You have heard directly from the man that we are following, the man that is laid the foundation that we are following. May Chukwu continue to bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and protect him. He is coming to court tomorrow. And our freedom is very, very close. Closer than ever. Closer. Don't allow anybody to distract you. If you're a Biafran, do not allow anybody to distract you with any blackmail, with any lie, with any propaganda. You have heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his views on anything that has to do with politicians and elections. You have heard his direct view on anything that has to do with their so-called presidency or no presidency. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with that. They are a bunch of betrayers. You call them a bunch of criminals and betrayers. That is what they are. That is how they continue to sell themselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went further to say that if any one of them succeed in entering Aso Rock, they will just send jet bombers to come and bomb us. When they were just ordinary governors, they were inviting the DSS to kill us. So when they have become president, what they will do is just to give order, and they will use jet to bomb everybody in the southeast. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, up to the extent he was even saying that instead of them to go there, let the Fulani continue to rule themselves there because we are going home. He said it. He said it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that before 2023, they will be destroyed. And that is what you are seeing today. The destruction have started. The destruction have started. It doesn't matter how you pretend. It doesn't matter your propaganda. It doesn't matter what you are trying to. It doesn't mean anything to us. All we know is that we are going home. Continue to push your propaganda. We are going home. Those of you who claim to be one Nigerianists, those who claim to be standing on the fence, and you claim, you're asking, let us go and vote. Maybe things will change. Let us give him a second chance. Let us have two face, one face. Let your two-face kill you. That your two-face kill you, opening door for the enemy, opening door for saboteurs, opening door for distraction, and you call it two ways. Which two ways? There is no way in politics in Nigeria. You can't. The Nigerian politics cannot even lead you to anything successful. Nigerian politics, it doesn't matter the angle you look at it, it can never lead to freedom. Go and look the number of criminals. Bunch of criminals. They are the people you see there. From A to Z, all the people you see contesting there, they are a bunch of criminals. How can those criminals you see their effect change? How can they effect change? In a sane nation, every single one of them that is contested, in a sane country, they are not qualified to near anywhere that something called a nation. Every one of them is supposed to be in jail. All those people you see parading themselves as presidential candidates, they're supposed to be in jail. But these are the people who you want to vote for, who you are telling me to calm down for, who you are telling me to try and consider. You want to consider criminals. And how do you think that a criminal can give you a sane society? How do you think that a fraudster can give you a sane society? How can you see that somebody who came into power through fraudulent means, somebody who has stolen so much money to build his evil cabal, how do you think that person can build a sane nation for you? But each day you see, as a black man, you continue to deceive yourself. You continue to deceive yourself. You continue to believe something that you know that is impossible. You continue to deceive yourself, That is the greatest thing a man can do, to deceive him or herself. The greatest crime a man can commit is to deceive him or herself. When it is very clear that the road you are passing cannot lead you to anywhere, you are still pretending. You are pretending it's going to be good. Maybe we'll try it. Maybe try what? Try what? Let me play a video for you. I'm going to play a video for you. Somebody who explains the kind of people you see who are coming there to come and contest with you in election. These are where you're laying your hope. After watching the video, then you begin to consider, know the kind of people you are laying your hope, people you are putting your destiny into their own hand. People who are supposed to be in jail, they are the people you are putting your destiny into your own hand, into their hand. Criminals. Bunch of criminals that have nothing to offer. Please kindly share the video and like the video. As you join, you share and like. As you join, you share and like so that other people can get notification and join us. We are being held captive here. Social media is really attacking us on all angles. I go to Facebook, they make it difficult. You come to YouTube, the same thing. They cannot be able to send notification to people to come and watch. They will hinder your notification. So the only way we can overcome them is by you. As you join, you help and share the video. Share it to your WhatsApp group, share it to family and friends, share it to your platform, any place any platform at all, share it. And also click like. So my brothers and sisters that are watching, any place you're watching from, things can never change. If anybody that is giving you hope in that country, it can never change. It can never change. If Nigeria were to be a sane country, every single one of them that is participating in that election, they are supposed to be in jail. Today, they are preparing another set of criminals, another set of sick illiterates. They are preparing for you to come and rule you. You have already started the issue of Tinubu. Tinubu's certificate have had a questionable certificate right from time. Right from time, his attitude and everything about it have been questioned. And yet, he has become a lord in the Zoological Republic. Because as I say it, the only people that prosper in Zoological Republic are evil men. If you are not evil, if you are not monster, you cannot prosper. If your hand is clean, you can't prosper in the Zoological Republic. You're wasting your time. And that is why Biafra have to leave this contraption called Nigeria by all means possible. And I want to play this video for you. Hear what this man got to listen carefully to every word this man has to say. I am playing this video to teach you certain things. You can get points why we must not participate in the election. Why you must not think about, don't allow election to come through near your brain. That's why I'm playing this video. A pastor was making the video, Pastor El Buba. Most of you know him. But the painful part of it is that all these people, including the pastor, after saying all the word he has said, after knowing fully well that the country is a criminal country, even the rulers, the politicians, all are criminal, just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in the previous video that I played. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that these people are a bunch of criminals and fraudsters. They have nothing to offer. Even the pastors know. Instead of these pastors to join the agitation, begin to call for self-determination, they are busy talking about PVC. They are busy talking about election, even when they know that their election is not going to produce anything good. Election will not produce peace. Election will not produce unity. Election will not produce respect for anybody. They know, and they know very well. You don't need to tell them, they know. And yet, they are promoting that evil agenda. They are promoting that propaganda. I want to play this video for you. Listen to what this man has to do. Listen carefully. Then you begin to know that these people are intentionally enslaving you. You have nothing to do with their election. Let's watch.
Because on earth, God will only do what he must do through men. In Sena Kleins, the Minister of Transportation, for example, would have resigned after the train hijack that took place in Kaduna. But after 1 full month, and the captives being held between Regina and Kaduna town, our Minister of Transport had bought form for 100 million to become Nigerian president. In a sound environment, the Minister of Education should have resigned because our universities have been closed down for 3 months plus. And no end in sight. But our own junior Minister of Education has bought form for 100 million to become president as a sign of promotion for a job well done. In the Senate line, the sitting Senate president should be impeached for approving loans and enslaving future generations of resources collected and unaccounted for. But our own Senate president has also bought a form for 100 million to move on. In the Senate line, the CBN governor, under whose regime the value of the naira plummeted from 150 naira to $1 to over 600 naira to $1, should have resigned because of incompetence. But himself too sponsored people behind and at the back door to buy him a form for 100 million naira to become Nigerian president. In the Senate line, a man who plundered Lagos, whose wife is a serving senator, whose son is being prepared to become a governor, whose daughter is in charge of all the markets in Lagos, who controls all the internally generated revenue of the entire state, the man who watched our young people during the NSAS massacre, simply asking for good governance. And then to end the police brutality, that man should have been cooling in EFCC custody. But the same person went to buy a form for 100 million and bribe delegates with over $5,000 each to become a leading candidate in a party. In the Senate climb, a man who was vice president for 8 years and head of the privatization and the commercialization of all public utilities, cornered all our common patrimony and sold off NEPA from bad to worse. A man whose principal, Obasanjo, said this. He said, a man that I know very well. And he said, it will be a sin against God and against man to let him rule over Nigeria. He too has also bought a farm to become Nigerian next president so that CBN would become his vote. And this man bought delegates with over $10,000 each. So easy for Nigerians to forget. So easy for Nigerians to become a senior. Right before their eyes, candidates of competence and character were presented, but delegates sold the future of their descendants for a morsel of bread. Amazingly, we're living in a nation that 11-year-olds are now tricking their girlfriends with whom they should be solving mathematics and geography lessons to dark corners for ritual sacrifices. Your kids cannot just go playing with friends now. You're not sure their head will return on their neck. People going for wedding end up being beheaded, and the government is helpless. But again and again, we understood by books the penned prophecies by Paul Elton and Lance Lambert that a day and a time is coming that Nigeria shall be known as the most corrupt nation, the most terrible nation to inhabit. But a season and a time is coming when Nigeria shall be known as the most righteous.
You heard him. This was a pastor speaking, and he was there giving us the profile of all the people that are going to rule that zoological republic. This man was reading out the profile of all the people that are going to run the zoological republic. Evil men, evil to the core. Every single one of them that have come to rule that very contraption, they are evil men. The people that they are projecting to rule that country, the people that are going to take over from the late Muhammad Buhari. People who are supposed to be in prison. And even as at that, this man that is just speaking, a pastor, the funniest thing is that he is still supporting the one Nigeria and he's still supporting PVC. Even when he himself knows that his PVC cannot change anything. He knows very well. After reading everything he's reading, after knowing fully well that the contraption called Nigeria cannot work, after knowing fully well that the zoological republic was not structured to survive, he knows very well, and still yet he is there supporting evil. That is the difference between these people. That is why when you see people begin to talk about all these pastors, that most of them do not know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They continue to play to the gallery. They continue to play to the gallery. They cannot stand firm and speak the truth. This man will not tell me that he doesn't know that the contraption called Nigeria have ended. Every single one of them know. He doesn't need prophecy for you to know that Nigeria has ended. He doesn't need any prophecy. He doesn't need any. You don't need to be a student or go to school before you know that the zoological republic have ended. But this man, look at him. Look at him reading the profile of the people who want to rule the zoological republic. And every single person he called there are the people that are going to take over. And he's still there campaigning for PVC. Maybe he's campaigning for PVC for P2B. Even when he knows that P2B can never, ever be anywhere near Aso Rock. He will never come close to Aso Rock. This man who claimed to be a prophet, El Buba cannot tell me that he doesn't know that P2B will not succeed. And yet, they are playing to the gallery. All of them are being politically correct. Go and check all the pastors. They have turned their church to a campaign ground. And they think that will change the situation. They don't know that they are creating more problems. The same way you are in your church campaigning for P2B, that is the same way they are in their mosque campaigning for Atiku Abubakar. As you are campaigning in your churches, talking about your own candidate, they are in their mosque. Their imam is telling them who to vote for. You see why Nigeria can never work. You see why the zoological republic can never work. But these people continue to deceive themselves. Do you think that the Fulani Caliphate and they call not, you think they are crazy? You think they are crazy? They are watching you. You come to your church. You tell people go and get PVC. You want to turn to your church to a voting ground. You want to turn your church to INEC office. They know you have an antecedent. Then you think that they themselves will fold their hand and they will not do something in the mosque. You think they will not do something in the mosque. Today, you are openly campaigning in your church for your. If Nigeria were to be a sane country, if Nigeria were to be, how can you be campaigning for somebody based on religion or on tribe? Based on religion or tribe. Some of them will do it. They will be talking to you as if they are showing pity to you as a Biafran. They will be talking to you as if they are showing pity to Igbo Biafrans. You are mad. You are mad. The Igbo Biafrans do not need your pity. We don't need any Igbo presidency. Go and check most of their platform. Some of those agitators, some of those bloggers in their platform, you see them, they will be speaking as if they are having pity on Biafra. They say, now that people want to give you the Biafra, as if that they want to dash you, now that people have now decided to join you and support you so they can win. Now you're not doing anything. You're not supporting the Biafra. Mad people everywhere. Bunch of mad people, ignorant people. Bunch of mad and crazy people. Do you think if Nigeria were to be a reasonable and responsible country, will you be talking about tribe, religion? Will you be talking about tribe or religion in anything that has to do with presidency? You should be looking for a president of your country, not a tribal presidency. But look at you today. You see every one of them, all the pastors are campaigning in their church. And you think that the Muslims are not watching. They are watching you. The Muslims are watching you. You know they have their own core agenda already. The Fulanis have their Islamization agenda and they will pursue it to the last. It doesn't matter. The only thing that can stop the Islamization of Nigeria is what? The disintegration of that contraption. If you do not disintegrate that contraption, the contraption called Nigeria will definitely be Fulanized and Islamized. There is no two ways about it. You can continue to deceive yourself. Continue to deceive yourself. If that thing did not end, if you don't end that very thing, if you don't end the zoological republic, if you don't end the zoological republic, prepare to be a Muslim and prepare to be a Fulani person. That is just the straight way. That is just the open truth. And that is why we will not buy into it. You think that the Fulanis are watching and waiting. Their foot soldiers are already in the forest. They have occupied everywhere. They have taken over everywhere where you have the indigenous people. Every state where you have indigenous people, including the north. The indigenous people in the north are not spared. You see all the governors coming out to call their people to go and pick up arms. Every governor is coming out today telling his people, go and pick up arms. They are not longer hiding it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out to establish the ESN, every one of them were shouting, he established ESN, why you got armed people? You took ammunition and you armed people without control. You armed people. But today, every governor is coming out to call their people to go and pick up arms. They came to the southeast. They are taking out, they want to take away the arms we have in our hand. They are going home to home in southeastern part of Nigeria. They are going to home in Biafra land, taking out our ammunition, taking away our defense. When they come to your house, they see anything, they will take it. They will see a gun, they will even kill the person. But in the north, they are telling them to prepare, they are telling them to get as many as guns as they want and protect themselves. Nobody's going to give you any license in the southeast, but in the north, they have already made license available for them to get guns. They have already made license available for northerners to get guns to protect themselves. The indigenous people over there to protect themselves. But in the southeastern part of Nigeria, when we want to protect ourselves against the terrorists, they say it's a crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established the ESN. The duty of the ESN is to fight against these same terrorists that they are fighting in the north. Fight against the terrorists so that they cannot take over our land. That is what the ESN is doing. But what do they do today? Because of ESN, they recruited members of Boko Haram and they unleashed them to Biafra land. And that is how you see them burning houses. The same thing they are doing in Sambisa Forest, the same thing they are doing in the core north, they are now replicating it in Biafra land. Burning house of innocent people, destroying lives and properties. And all the politicians are keeping silent. They pretend as if they're not seeing it. The only man that is speaking for us, who has been speaking, they took him and kept him in solitary confinement. And tomorrow they're bringing him to court. Somebody who has not committed any crime. What crime my husband in another country? One of the things they get angry with him is that he formed ESN. But today, every one of them today is calling for arms, telling their people to go and pick up arms. Every governor, they attend their people. Those who have not spoken out are doing it secretly, their own people. Only in the southeastern region, only in Biafra land, that is where you see the governor still going to Abuja to go and bring military to kill their people. If they had good intention, do you think that they would not release those military to the north to protect them? If they had good intention, do you think giving you the military, do you think that you are special to them that made them to give you the military? When the northern governors are crying, they are crying. They should give them military to protect themselves, to protect the innocent people there. They are taking their life on the indigenous people there are almost wiped out. The Fulanis have wiped away almost the indigenous people in the north. They are almost wiped out. They are crying. The federal government shut their ears. But any day who puts them go to Abuja and demand for soldier, they will give him a troop of soldier. Any day who puts them go to Abuja and demand for battalion, they give him battalion. What is their mission? To destroy Biafran people, to make sure they weaken us. But they can never succeed. They can't succeed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it. No matter what they do, they can never take an inch of Biafra land. Chukwu Okeke has spoken through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it's gonna. So shall it be. So shall it be. The same reason why they call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name, why they want to kill him. Today they are calling for this. I'm going to play a video for you. You know, sometimes it is always good after saying certain things, I play a video to back up what I'm saying. Because when I tell you that this one said, last time I played the video where Samuel Otom was telling his people to go and get AK-47. A governor was telling his people, he said they should, if you know where you can get AK-47, go and get it. If anybody holds you, I will come and defend you. I will take responsibility. A governor of a state. But you go to Biafra land, they are still laughing. They are still talking about election. They are busy talking about election instead of talking about, let me play the video again. Because when we say it, we play it for you to hear. I'm going to play two. First of all, let me play that of Samuel Otom to remind you what Samuel Otom said.
Rooms. Things are not going on well. This country must be rescued by all of us. Those of you who are keeping quiet, it will soon knock on your door. The press, I commend you, but at a point you were also intimidated and you never wanted to talk about. I don't see, just yesterday, 15 people were killed in my own local government again. After the evil in Opoku local government, where about 16 people were killed. 15 were killed in Guma. I have stopped lamenting. Now, me, I have told everybody, whatever you have as weapons, bring it out. Those people are using AK-47. Where can I get AK-47? Go and find where you will get AK-47, and if they come, kill them also. Nobody should be afraid. If any security man arrests you, I'm ready to go there and defend you. Benue people, rise up, shine your eyes. It is time, and we don't need to hide anything. If we allow them, they will continue. But please.
You heard him. You heard that was the governor. A governor is asking his people, go and get your AK-47. Any place you can find it, go and get it. Something Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw years back, and he began to prepare. The same reason why they are trying to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Southeast governors and their politicians. You see a governor calling for the same thing. I'm going to play another one from the north. A northern governor giving license to citizens to go and purchase ammunition to protect themselves. Let me play that one again, so that you know everything we are saying. We are not just saying it and making it up. They are true. Things that have been said in their own conventional media. This one is a northern governor. Let's listen to a northern governor, what he's saying.
The Zamfara state government appears to be showing proactive measures with a directive to residents to obtain guns and defend themselves against bandits. The government asked those who are qualified and willing to own guns to reach out to the Commissioner of Police in the state and obtain gun licenses after satisfying the necessary criteria. The directive was contained in a statement by the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Ibrahim Dozara, who notes that the government has already concluded arrangements to distribute 500 forms to each of the 19 emirates in the state for those willing to obtain guns to defend themselves. According to the government, the measure became necessary following the deteriorating security situation in parts of the state.
Been a source of worry and concern to the people and government of the state. Therefore, in order to deal decisively with the situation in our respective communities, Zamfara State Government has no option than to take the following measures. 1. Government has henceforth directed individuals to prepare and obtain lawful weapons to defend themselves against the bandits. Although there is an existing law that bans issuance of license to obtain such weapons, people wishing to obtain the weapon are advised to fill forms that will be distributed to each of the 19 emirates of the state, and enough number of such forms has so far been provided for distribution to people wishing to obtain lawful weapons that will be used in defending themselves.
You heard him? That's the governor of Zamfara State calling his people. In his own case, he has already provided license for these people. He made available license for them to go and get guns and process themselves. But in Biafra land, what are they doing? In Biafra land, they are busy talking about election. They are busy fighting who is going to be vice president or who is going to be a kitchen, who is going to have one kitchen cabinet or the other, who is going to be a minister. That's what they are busy doing. That's what they are doing busy. Even when Fulani have taken over. If not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that have established ESN, by today we would have been consumed. You will just sleep in the night and you will not wake up anymore. You will sleep and you will not wake up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went ahead to create the ESN. That is why people are still sleeping in Biafra land today. That is why people are still sleeping. The politicians don't care about you. The governors don't care about you. All the elite, they don't care. They don't care about you. Look at every other governors calling their people to pick up arms and protect themselves. But what do they do? What the governors in the south is do? What they do is to go to Abuja and demand for troops to come and begin to kill their people. They go and demand for troops to come and weaken their people, take away their own arms. When people are telling their own people to go and get arms and protect themselves, you are now taking the arms that your people have away. Every single one of them who has decided to fight against Biafra, you will all pay with your own blood. They will all pay. They will never escape it. They will all pay. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be free because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime known to man. He's just a prisoner of conscience. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court tomorrow, we are going to continue to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. That when he comes to court tomorrow, he will be freed. Pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will receive his freedom tomorrow. No matter what they do, we know that the enemy that we're up against are a stubborn enemy. We know that the enemy doesn't want to listen. And tomorrow, remember, tomorrow is a lockdown. Sit at home. Tomorrow is a total lockdown. For those who are going to attend the case in Abuja, they are already in Abuja. People who will be there with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are already in Abuja. Tomorrow will be a total lockdown, just as we did today. Monday, Tuesday, total lockdown. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go to court, and we hope that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free because he has not committed any crime. And you that you are a Biafran, remain consistent. Consistency is the key. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for any other thing apart from Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is demanding for Biafra, nothing else. He doesn't want their restructuring. He doesn't want their presidency. He doesn't want anything. On behalf of the Biafran people, we don't want anything except our freedom. That is what we're looking for. Because we know very well that the presidency cannot give us freedom. Never. Restructuring cannot give us peace and freedom. Never. And we are asking for self-determination, not because of our resources, not because of imagination, because we want to save life. We want to save life. That is why we are asking for self-determination. because the diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one that we want to take life. There is no way anybody can have peace in that country called Nigeria. The diversity is so much. The margin of the diversity can never meet. It's just like putting oil and water. They can. It doesn't matter how you turn it. They will always be on their own. So it's high time we break it up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for self-determination through referendum. The most legitimate way and peaceful way to demand for freedom. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is pursuing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never called for war at any day. He has never one day called for war. He established the ESN not to go and fight any war. He said that ESN is not Biafran army. When he wants to launch Biafran army, it will be launched. The whole world will see it. ESN is just a security outfit to protect us from the terrorists that are killing our mothers, killing our farmers, making sure we don't go to our farms. And that is what they have been doing all this while. That's the job of the ESN. That is why any place you are, support the ESN. Support them the best way you can. They are the only stronghold that we have. The only hope we have. Every other thing you see is just, they are just on their own, playing their games. Only ESN, they are on the ground. Volunteers, you are not paying them. They are volunteers. We are only motivating them. We are not paying them. How much are you going to pay for somebody to give his life? How much can you pay for a life? A life what? A life of a Biafra, what more than anything you can think of. So you can't pay for their life. We are only motivating them to do what they're doing. Support them in prayers. Support them financially. Support them any way you can. That's all we can continue to do for the ESN. And remain consistent in your demand. Remain consistent. We are asking for nothing else except what we want. Self-determination through referendum. That's all we're asking. Our freedom. We will get Biafra through referendum. That is what we're asking. We are not going for any war, not for war. But it doesn't mean that when you bring war to us, we will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves by all means possible. We will. And for those of you who are confused, I am still going to play an interview that was granted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Zoological Republic. Interview was granted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Zoological Republic, and he told us his stance. That same stand is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still standing today as you're watching this video. So don't get confused. When you call yourself a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you're preaching election, preaching PVC, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. I want to remind you on that video. I want to play it. An interview that was granted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the Zoological Republic, and he told them straight ahead what he wants is Biafra or nothing. Biafra or nothing. Watch. Let's watch it.
What does Biafra mean?
It means freedom, liberty, fairness, equity, and justice.
In practical terms, these are very good sounding words, but in practical terms, what does Biafra mean?
Confederation.
So, a weak center,
very weak,
very strong regions.
Absolutely.
Have you had a change of mind, therefore, about getting an independent Biafra? Because that's what I seem to be hearing.
No, I've not changed my mind, no. An independent Biafra means going back to where we were before the white man came.
Okay, so you're not talking about a federation when you say a confederation. You're not talking about a federation as part of Nigeria. You're talking about total independence.
Absolute independence. Complete independence.
Now, is there anything that can happen that will make you change your mind about this particular direction?
No.
So it is either Biafra or nothing else?
Or death, yes.
Or death?
That's correct.
If push comes to shove,
yes,
will you go to war?
No, because truth is a far more potent and deadlier weapon than bullets and mortars.
So truth. No war? You've ruled out the...
Absolutely, I don't believe in war, no war. When I say Biafra or death, I'll keep pushing. Either I am alive, I die in the process, I won't stop. Allow me to repeat, if you don't mind. Had sovereign national conference been convened by the powers that be, where every ethnic nation, I said every, I don't care if there are 600, I don't care. Everyone is
all the 500 plus.
Everyone together to say this is all. Others can delegate, I don't know, powers to other people to attend on their behalf. Sit down to say, what type of country do we want? Sit down, discuss, agree. I can begin to perhaps submit to your position.
Is it too late?
it is way too late. They've killed too many people. They've ruined too many lives. They've wasted too many souls. How do we bring those people back?
If the federal government, given the agitation that is going on, becomes convinced that, you know what, these people have a point, it is time to actually address all these issues, and they begin to systematically address some of these issues, would you change your mind?
No, because of the deceptions of the past.
No trust?
No trust. Aburi was there, it was negotiated. Nothing happened. 1968, if I recall. And the confab report, what became of it? How about the 3 R's? Reconciliation, reconstruction, and heaven knows what else. What became of them? Nothing. Calabar Seaport is not working. Can you tell me why it's not working? It's a seaport used by the colonial masters. Why is it not working today? How about Iguacha Seaport? Why is it not being used? Why not worry? Why must we allow only Lagos to function as a viable seaport? In England, where I used to live, you had Liverpool, you had the Sun, which is Portsmouth, Southampton, everywhere. You had harbors and ports. So why must you have only one?
I've heard people say these are very valid arguments, and that these are things that are to do with bad governance. So the average Biafran, to use your phrase, or Igbo man in the Igbo, is facing poverty much in the same way that the average guy in Yobe State is facing poverty. And so these are issues of governance. You don't agree with that?
I agree completely.
Okay. So if that is it, why isn't the agitation about tackling the problem, which is ensuring good governance, perhaps starting from locally? Because part of the allegations against you is that you don't confront your political leaders in the East, and you'd like to blame Abuja for everything.
Because the way I would want to solve a problem is not how a Fulani man would want to solve it.
You really believe this is an ethnic thing, and the approach is different?
No, the approach is different. No, it's not ethnic. It is more to do with value system.
Right.
The way you may want to solve a problem could be markedly different from how I do mine.
What is the geographical makeup of Biafra, as far as you are concerned? This Biafra that you want. So, for example, if we're doing a referendum, where will that referendum take place? Is it only the 5?
It's on, no.
It's okay.
It's on, which is River State, Bayelsa, Delta, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, Cross River.
Akwa Ibom?
And Akwa Ibom, of course. Yes.
Right.
Those are the coasters. Basically.
Bayelsa?
Yes. Southeast and South-South without Edo State.
Without Edo State.
That's correct. And then including Igede, Idoma.
Right, the Benues. So
That's
the
correct.
Igalas and part of the Kogi,
yes.
Kogi
yes.
State, right?
Yeah.
Nyesom Wike, the governor of Anambra, sorry, the governor of River State, made a statement, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and said, you know, you should not be including River State.
It's for
and
the River State to decide,
people.
not him. I can't decide for Biafrans. They have to go and vote and convince the whole world that they want Biafra. It's not for instance, it's only one man, one vote.
What if they're not even willing to take part in the referendum? Because I've had people from the South, for example, from Bayelsa. I've had people from Cross River. I think there's a famous actress, Kate Henshaw, for example, wrote a long piece about why people of the South don't want to be dragged into a place called Biafra. You're saying, regardless of what they say, you want a referendum in those parts?
Because I know the majority of the people want a referendum. I was in Iguacha yesterday.
How do you know?
I was there yesterday. I was in Iguacha yesterday. You call Port Harcourt. I was there yesterday. I should have been there to see what happened.
Now,
they were delighted to see me. I'm sure you know that. It's all over the place. They're very happy to see me. I bet Kate Henshaw wouldn't get such reception. Where she to go to?
She's a big, popular Nollywood actress. I wouldn't necessarily.
I'm telling you, if I go to her village, people will turn out to see me more than turn out to see her.
You have had our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of you have had him. That is our leader. That's whom we are following. This is the person that laid the foundation that we are following. So if you're a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you are talking about election today, sorry, You are not with us. Sorry, you are one of the one Nigerians. If you are pretending, using the picture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, using the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to win followers and to win pity for yourself, and at the end of the day, you are trying to cajole us, you are trying to blackmail us into going to election, you are a failure. Shame unto you. This man that have just spoken, who has given his life for you and I, just as he said, it's either Biafra or death, he is still putting his life on the line for Biafra. This man is going to court for you and I tomorrow. He's going to appear to the court for you and I tomorrow. And you are busy talking about the election. It is either Biafra or nothing. And tomorrow, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely get his freedom. We are hopeful on Chukwu Okike Abiama, not on man, not on the lawyers, not on the judge, not on anybody. We are hopeful on Chukwu Okike Abiama that any point in time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. We're waiting for him. It doesn't matter how they try, it doesn't matter the attack they bring, it doesn't matter their blackmail, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be released. Let us prepare ourselves. Just keep it in the back of your mind that tomorrow is a seat at home. We are going to follow up tomorrow. I'm going to try as much as possible to bring in the updates. Any update I see, I'm going to share in the update on my platform. I will share the update. Anyone I come across, I will share the update. But pay attention and follow up. If you follow up, you are going to get a mind-blowing revelation tomorrow. We are hoping and looking forward to a very great news tomorrow. We are looking forward to something better. Let us keep a positive mind, positive energy. Only Chukwu Okike Abiama can change our situation. So let us continue to hope and pray on this eve for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any place you're watching from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. Any place you're watching this video from, I say, Biafra, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama keep you. You will celebrate Biafra land. Every hand that has shared this video, every hand that has supported this very channel, everybody has shared this video, Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect you and secure you. We will never give up. We will never stand down. No matter what they do, no matter their propaganda, no matter the blackmail, we will continue to move forward until Biafra comes. We will continue to move forward. Don't get distracted. Do not get distracted. Biafra is coming very, very soon. It's closer than it was yesterday. Much more closer today than it was yesterday. I always say it. Biafra is a reality. Biafra has been, is still now, and will continue to be. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect everybody who have joined this very platform to support me on this very broadcast from beginning to end. Those who have shared, if you have not shared, please kindly share. And if you have not clicked the notification bell, click the notification bell so that you can be able to get the notification each time I come online. Subscribe and click the notification bell. It's very important so that we can be able to continue to push on this message and encourage one another. This is the time for us to encourage each other. Nobody knows it all. We are working together and we must continue until Biafra come. Do not allow them to take over Biafra land. We will not allow them. No matter how they try. No matter how they try. That's why I will go again and play the charge that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave to us. The advice he gave to us that we will never allow the Janjaweed to take any inch of Biafra land, and we will not allow them to divide us. The only way they can overtake us is by dividing us. If we allow them to divide us, we are finished. Listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what he has to say.
Fulani Janjaweed can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani Caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
You have heard from our spirit leader. I have nothing more to say. Our spirit leader have concluded the whole thing. He has given us the final advice. We must defend Biafra land by all means possible. We have resolved to defend Biafra land by all means possible, and we must not allow them to divide us. That is the advice from our spirit leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tomorrow, we are going to be in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, be following the event as it unfolds, and we hope that by tomorrow there will be a good news. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of you that have watched this video. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me, and remain blessed. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Thank you.
Good evening and